Right then guys, how's it going and welcome back to your football predictions. Up early today, so I'm going to try and whiz through this before I go off and start my proper day. But those were my predictions from the weekend. I got no correct scores. I did get 6 correct outcomes, but 0 correct scores. As always, you guys did better than me. We had loads of people who got 2 correct scores, and I was waiting on the Chelsea Spurs game to find out the winner. And the 2 people with 3 correct scores are Keane and Betterham. So well done to both of you. As I say, loads of people got involved, but you 2 were the only people to get 3 correct scores. So well done. Remember, if you want to be shouted out in my next predictions video, which will be Wednesday next week, be sure to get your scores for the games going on this weekend, but as always we will go through them now. Starting off on Saturday 12:30 on BT Sport, we've got Aston Villa taking on Arsenal. So Aston Villa didn't get the result they wanted with a loss to West Ham. Jesse Lingard getting a debut goal, 2 debut goals, taking on Arsenal, who also lost at the weekend against Wolves, their first loss in 8 Premier League games now. And Wolves haven't been on great form, so it was a little bit of a shock result. I've actually sat on the fence already in this video, and I've gone 1-1 for that one. Next up, again on the Saturday, 3 o'clock, but on Sky, we have got Burnley taking on Brighton. Wouldn't say it's relegation game, but 2 teams down there. Obviously still a few points ahead of Fulham, but you know, could be an important one come the end of the season. Burnley lost against Man City through the week, which is no great surprise, but Brighton won their game through the week against Liverpool, which again was also a surprise. So I've got 0-0. Is that boring? I don't know. I mean, Brighton have actually had some really good results recently. They won against Spurs. They won against Liverpool. If I had to pick a favourite, I'd probably go Brighton, but yeah, I'm going to stick to 0-0. Next up again on the Saturday at 3 o'clock on BT, we've got Newcastle taking on Southampton. So Newcastle got a great result against Everton at the weekend, but then lost against Crystal Palace during the week. Played much better, but still lost. But it was better than Southampton, who lost 9-0 to Manchester United. They did have a red card very early, and they also got a second red card later on. But yeah, I bet they weren't too happy with that. I've stuck to my team, Newcastle, and I've gone 1-0. Is that wrong? Quite possibly. But after Southampton losing 9-0, I've got to back my side. Next up at 5:30 on Saturday on Sky, we've got Fulham taking on West Ham. Fulham lost 2-0 to Leicester during the week. Again, as I mentioned, because Brighton went and got their win against Liverpool, it's left Fulham 8 points off safety. So it's getting really important to start winning some games. Taking on West Ham, they lost against Liverpool, but back winning again against Villa, and as I say, Jesse Lingard scoring, so I've backed West Ham 2-0. Next up on the Saturday, 8 o'clock on Sky, we've got Manchester United taking on Everton. As I say, Manchester United winning 9-0 during the week, so no doubt they will be on high confidence going into this one. And Everton did win their game as well, 2-1 against Leeds. And I actually hadn't realised Everton have still got 2 games in hand over quite a few teams in the league, so they could potentially move into a top 4 spot if they will win those 2 games in hand. But I have backed the team that's just won 9-0. I've gone Manchester United 2-1. Moving on to the Sunday now at 12 o'clock on BT, we've got Spurs taking on West Brom. Spurs haven't had the greatest of runs. They've lost their last 3 Premier League games now, losing against Liverpool, Brighton, and then Chelsea last night. Taking on West Brom, who also haven't had the greatest form, sat down in the relegation zones. Lost against Sheffield United during the week, which was a huge game because it's the only team who are below them in the league, and they lost. So despite both teams' poor form, I've gone Spurs 1-0. They've got the better side, they're just not on form. Next up at 2 o'clock on Sunday, Wolves versus Leicester. Wolves got their first win in 9 Premier League games when they beat Arsenal 2-1. So, I mean, that's a huge result for them. As I said already, Leicester won 2-0 against Fulham during the week. Moved past Liverpool into 3rd place now. So I have backed Leicester 2-1. It's great that Wolves got themselves a win, but I still think Leicester are a step ahead on that one. Next up on the Sunday at 4:30, we've got Liverpool taking on Manchester City. As I say, Liverpool losing against Brighton 1-0. Really did not expect that one. Manchester City, I mean, they're in pole position now. They're top of the league. There's 3 or 4 points ahead with a game in hand. They won their game against Burnley during the week, so 2-1 Man City. I know some people might think that Liverpool have got it in them to get the win, and I do too. They've got a great side, but I think I've just got to edge it to Manchester City. Next up on the Sunday at 7:15 on Sky, we've got Sheffield United taking on Chelsea. I mean, Sheffield United are having a go. They are really having a go of it. They've won 3 of the last 5 games. Like, you would not have believed that 2 weeks ago. As I say, they beat West Brom during the week. Taking on Chelsea, the new manager got his first win of the season, obviously, during the weekend when they won. And then he's got himself a nice little win against Spurs as well. Jorginho getting the penalty to win it. So, could Sheffield United continue this crazy form and get another win? Again, I wouldn't rule it out. You know, Premier League, what might happen? But I've gone Chelsea 2-0. And to finish off on the Monday night at 8 o'clock on Sky, we have got Leeds taking on Crystal Palace. So both on the same points, 29. Both having a good season. Leeds beat Newcastle, beat Leicester before losing against Everton during the week. Crystal Palace lost to West Ham, but then have beaten Wolves and Newcastle 2-1 during the week. So both of them have beaten Newcastle in the last 3 games, which is nice to see. And I've gone Leeds 2-1. So let me know your thoughts on all those games down below. Those are my predictions there. As I say, try and get your predictions in before the first game kicks off on Saturday at 12:30. That's when I'll make a note of everyone's predictions. And yeah, if you are a bit late, just get the predictions in anyway. I do try and pick them up as the weekend goes on. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Drop a like and subscribe if you watch these videos, but maybe you haven't subscribed yet. Hope your team wins, and I'll catch you later.